1. Pripyat, Ukraine. Pripyat is an abandoned city in Ukraine after the Chernobyl nuclear accident in 1986. The city was home to about 50,000 people before the accident, and most of them were nuclear plant workers and their families. When one of the reactors at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, residents of Pripyat were evacuated for radiation pollution. Due to the complete abandonment of the city, the high level of radiation, people are still not allowed to live. Pripyat is currently open for a limited number of tourists and is a popular destination for tours related to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Pripyat was once a modern city and was one of the most developed cities in the Soviet Union. The city had facilities such as many parks, gymnasiums, cinemas, theaters, and shopping malls. However, now that it's abandoned and the radiation level is so high, visitors can only navigate through restricted areas. Pripyat is also home to many uncanny landscapes. For example, abandoned playgrounds, hospitals, schools and other buildings are covered with radiation pollution. Despite this, Pripyat is still one of the most interesting and intriguing places in the world. 2. Centralia, Pennsylvania, USA. Centralia is a city in Pennsylvania, USA that was abandoned due to an underground coal fire. The fire started at an incinerator in 1962 and then spread to underground coal beds. The fire still continues and it has become impossible to control. Due to the fire, homes and buildings in Centralia were destroyed or abandoned. The air in the city is filled with toxic gases and creates unsanitary conditions for people. Although few people still live in the city, the population has drastically decreased. The coal fire in Centralia is fed by oxygen from underground coal deposits, making it impossible to extinguish the fire. In the early 1980s, federal and local authorities tried to take a number of measures, but none were successful. Today, various methods are used to control the fire, but it cannot be completely extinguished. Centralia's abandoned streets, houses and buildings have become a tourist attraction for visitors. Visitors can visit the area to see the effects of the city's coal fire exposure and why the city was abandoned. Also, Centralia's post-fire destruction is remembered by the monuments and cemeteries many surviving residents have erected near their homes. 3. Varosha, Cyprus. Varosha is a city on the island of Cyprus, located in the city of Famagusta and abandoned after the Cyprus peace operation. In 1974, the Turkish armed forces landed on the island of Cyprus during the Cyprus operation and occupied the tourist area known as Varosha in the city of Famagusta. After this occupation, Varosha became an abandoned city. Varosha was planned as a tourist area and there were luxury hotels, restaurants, and shops along the coast. The city was once one of the most famous tourist destinations in the world. However, with its abandonment, most of the buildings are in disrepair and in ruins. Today, Varosha remains a completely closed zone and tourists are not allowed in. Only UN-controlled soldiers and officials can enter the region. However, some tourists bypass the security forces and enter the area to take photos and videos, which are prohibited. The future of Varosha is still a matter of debate. The government of the Republic of Cyprus is working on the restoration and reopening of the city. However, the fact that the city is in the region largely controlled by the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus complicates these studies. 4. Bodie, California, USA. Bodie is an abandoned mining town in California. It was established in 1877 due to gold mining and had a population of about 10,000 in the 1880s. However, the town was abandoned after mining activities declined. Today, Bodie is part of the California Historic Park and is open for visitors. As Bodie was once a living mining town, the original buildings and streets have been preserved and visitors can experience the town's atmosphere. Buildings in Bodie include a school, church, hotel, post office, and even a prison. Unlike other abandoned mining towns in Bodie, California, many buildings have remained in their original condition. Most of the buildings in Bodie were built in the late 1800s and early 1900s and are undergoing repairs and restoration work to preserve their historic fabric. Visitors to Bodie come here to experience the mining town atmosphere and visit the many museums with original buildings and items. A number of tours and activities are also offered for visitors who want to learn about the reasons for Bodie's abandonment and the town's history. 5. Kalmanskap, Namibia. Kalmanskap is an abandoned town located in Namibia. It was built in 1908 due to the diamond deposits discovered here. The town was built during the German colonial era in the Namib Desert. Kalmanskap was one of the first European settlements in the Namib Desert and was one of the wealthiest towns in Namibia at the time. The town had a population of over 3,000 people at its peak in the 1910s and 1920s. The town was built under the influence of German architecture and had a number of structures for wealthy German settlers, including houses, facilities such as a school, a hospital, a gymnasium, a theater and even a casino. However, due to the drying up of the diamond deposits after World War II, the town's population began to decline and was eventually abandoned. Today, Kalmanskap is one of Namibia's tourist attractions, offering a cityscape of abandoned buildings. In Kalmanskap, tourists can explore abandoned houses, hospital, church, school and other structures. These structures have become an interesting tourist destination in the Namib Desert. Guided tours are also available to learn about the town's history. Tourists can also visit the town to take pictures in the desert and explore the beauties of the Namib Desert.